What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with Pork Chop. So, before I get started, I need to apologize for not having a update on Friday or Saturday. Circumstances, I'm not going to get too personal, but I had a family matter that came up, and I had to take care of that and make sure everything was okay before I could do anything else. And things are fine, everything's good. I just had a very scary pretty much 12 hours between Friday night and Saturday morning, but everything's fine, everything's great. I'm not going to get in too much detail, I'm not going to give out too much personal information, but yeah, it was a little terrifying, but it was okay. The situation, crisis was averted very, very quickly. So that's all that really matters, is everything's fine. So, Friday night, I was supposed to work at Pizza Planet. However, I called in and I was honest with them. You know, some people around me were like, just tell them that you're sick, tell them that you got food poisoning, tell them that, you don't feel good, that you hurt your back, just whatever. I'm just like, no, I'm gonna. Even though it sometimes can get me in trouble, honesty is always the best key. And so I was honest. I said, hey, my cousin Christy is in town. She only comes into town she's only come into town, I should say, twice in the last 10 years, and I really want to see her and I want to hang out with her, and I'm sorry. If y'all need me, I'll work, but if y'all don't need me, I won't come in tonight. And Chico gave me the night off, thankfully. He didn't seem too happy about it, but he gave it to me anyway, and I appreciated that greatly. And I am going back to work on Tuesday there, so there you go, which is tomorrow. No, Wednesday. I'm going back Wednesday because I have a Kiss concert to go to tomorrow night. That just kind of hit me. Wow, I'm going to go see Kiss tomorrow night. My favorite band, the hottest band in the world. It's going to be awesome. So, so I hung out with her, and it is pretty much a thing until about 6 a.m. and that's when the incident happened. I only got like 6 hours of sleep. My wife and I slept from 6:30 to 12:30, and then we had to tackle the house super quickly by cleaning it, because we had the dog trainer coming in to look at Chandler and assess, what she thinks is going on, and what precautions need to be set and all that good stuff. So we did that. We had her come by for an hour and a half, and we're gonna meet her again on April 4th, I think is the next time that she's coming, April 4th. And we just, within these few weeks, we gotta train Chandler. We gotta make sure that he doesn't jump on furniture, that he's not getting too aggressive, that he's not getting on the line, all that good stuff. And we're supposed to give like an assessment, kind of like a progress report for Chandler within these next few weeks. So if you can send a little bit of prayers, a little bit of thoughts my way, I greatly appreciate it. And there you have it. That's pretty much all I want to talk about on that front. And then Tanner had a cookout on Saturday night, so Jocelyn and I attended that, and we had fun. We had Andrew and his fiance Ashley, and Chris and his fiance Bailey, my wife Jocelyn and I, and then Tanner. So that we all just went around the table, ate burgers, and talked, and talked some shit. Told funny stories, told ghost stories, kind of our own personal paranormal experiences that we've witnessed, and all that good stuff. And it was fun. He caught Chris up on his life and what the hell he's been up to and what he's been doing the last 2 years, because Tanner disappeared for a good chunk of time, real good chunk of time. And didn't seem that long, but he was gone for quite a bit. And there we go. And let's see, I'm driving by my old job. Anybody there that looks interesting? Nope. Okay, there we go. So woohoo! I had a talk with my wife the other night about our alone time and lack thereof, and how I'm pretty much not going to have my alone time for a while. I started my new job today, and it was a marathon, to say the least. I am exhausted, and in all honesty, if I didn't have this dinner tonight with Chris and his sister Ashley, then I would probably just straight up just go to bed, probably right now. It's 5:10 and I already want to go to bed because I had to wake up at 5 o'clock this morning. But I ultimately didn't really fall asleep until about 1 o'clock. We laid down about, I think, 10:30 last night after Chris and I played a few rounds of Friday the 13th. We laid down at 10:30 and we watched an episode of CSI, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to watch one episode, then I'm going to go to sleep. So we watched one episode, and I rolled over and tried to go to sleep, and I could not turn my mind off until about 1 o'clock, and then I got up and I got up to pee, and then I closed my eyes and literally opened them back up, and it was 2:30 already. I was like, what the hell? And I had to be up at 5, so I hit my snooze on the alarm clock at 5 and slept until about 5:10, and then got up and got ready and gave myself about 50 minutes to do what I had to do. And so I made it to work on time at exactly 6 o'clock this morning. Mondays I had to work 6 o'clock to 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. The sun wasn't even up for the first hour and a half of my new job. They did give me an hour lunch though, so that was great. I had time to go eat, and then I took Jocelyn a drink, which I had to go across town to do, but she's worth it. And then I work 7 to 5 the rest of the week, and I don't have to work this Saturday, but I'll have to probably work next Saturday. And I don't think I have anything going on next Saturday, so bring it. Also, that phone that I thought I lost in New Mexico, turns out it was right here in my little cup holder area of my passenger side door. Don't know how it got there, because I was the one driving the entire time that Christmas trip. No, I wasn't. I was the passenger in town, and my wife drove in town, and I had to drive to and from Albuquerque to Amarillo, or Amarillo to Albuquerque, and Albuquerque to Amarillo. But my wife drove in town. She signed up for it, and she instantly was like, "This is a mistake because I'm driving way more miles in town than you're going to be out of town." I'm like, "That's right." Because she clocked it herself, and she was like, "I'm driving 9.5 hours, and you have to only drive 8." And I'm like, "Well, you know the streets better than I do, so you drive in town, and I drive the interstates to and from, because I've done it a few times in my life, so that's why I do it." And yeah, but anyway, I had to talk with my wife about our alone time, going back to Saturday, and it looks like that Saturdays are probably going to be our alone time days. So what that means is I'm probably going to have time on Saturdays to film and edit and upload and get it delayed a certain day for the Huskies as well as the Cowboys. So what I'm thinking about doing is recording a series of the Husky videos, and then recording a series of the Cowboys videos, and then edit a handful of the Huskies, and then edit a handful of the Cowboys. Maybe sprinkle in some Batman Arkham Origins in there, and then if I have more spare time, then I'll more than likely do probably Pokemon Emerald is probably the next Pokemon game, because I was talking to Jason, one of the delivery drivers at Pizza Planet. I was talking to him, and because he was talking about like nostalgia and stuff. And I'm like, man, if you want to feel nostalgia, I have a few Pokemon playthroughs, as well as a Super Mario 64 playthrough. He's like, oh, really good, Super Mario 64, that's cool. I was like, yeah, and plus I have Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Fire Red, Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Stadium. And he's like, man, dude, you're cranking out that Pokemon. I'm like, yeah, I'm a fan of Pokemon. He's like, yeah, I never was a fan, because he grew up in the 80s. He was a kid in the 80s, so he was a little late to the Pokemon game. So, and I told him about that, and he's like, yeah, not a fan. But he's like, I'll probably watch the Super Mario 64 though. And I'm like, okay, cool, go for it. So there's that. Yeah, that was I timed that about exactly what I thought it would be to and from my new job. Yeah, so I didn't have to go out of town for the deliveries this shift, this day. But I will probably tomorrow, because there's like 2 going north, 2 going east, 1 going west, and all that good stuff. And yeah, so I was pretty much told that I'm not at liberty to discuss where we go, because, you know, my wife's a florist, and if she wants to ask, you know, hey, you know, where'd you go today, and who'd you deliver to, and how much did they buy, I can't tell her. So that pretty much means that I can't tell y'all where I'm going, what I did that day, even though it's a mom and pop family operated and locally owned. I'm just gonna show respect and not do that. For Pizza Planet, I don't give you guys like addresses. I just say the nice part of town, or I deliver to a gated community or an apartment complex, but I don't give y'all like addresses. Like, I went to, you know, XXXXX blank street. Like, I don't tell you guys that, because that's a little too personal. But I could just say, oh, I deliver to you know, La Paloma, which most of y'all won't even know what the hell that is, so maybe I'm good. But it's still kind of a respect thing. So I'm just gonna keep those details to myself, and I'll just tell you, oh, I went south today, I went north today, I went east, I went west, I went up, I went down, I went all around, whatever. But I'm probably gonna keep the names of the flower shops out of my mouth and out of y'all's ears, and potentially mouths. Don't want another the place that shall not be named ever again on this channel's incident like I did. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I am exhausted, I'm tired. I'm gonna go take the puppers for a walk with the wife, and then I'm gonna go eat dinner with Chris and Bailey and Tanner and Chris's sister Ashley, who's in town from Ole Miss for spring break this week. And then she's gonna graduate in May, so yeah, that's good. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all so much once again for dropping by. Once again, sorry for the 2 days of not posting, and thank y'all for being patient with the Huskies as well as the Cowboys. Those will be up as soon as I can get them out. No promises. I'm not giving y'all a timestamp, a day set in stone. I'm just telling y'all they will be out. All right. Always remember, my little piglets, call them Pork Chop. Loves y'all the most. Y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.